Welcome to the next of the special awards in the Concours Virtual in aid of UNICEF. This award is for the best car to start a collection with. And we're delighted to welcome Christian, who comes from the Classic Trader, our sponsor of this particular award. Welcome, Christian.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, David. How are you?
We're very well. We're very tired. It's been a long few weeks with the Concours, but we're delighted that it's coming to its conclusion. And so, Classic Trader, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Classic Trader, as most of you guys know, is Europe's biggest marketplace for collectors' cars, vintage vehicles, vintage motorcycles. And we launched roughly 7 years ago with a vision to basically accumulate the most relevant inventory of collectors' cars worldwide, not focusing on one country, but starting with a very international value proposition right away. So we're active in more than 7 countries right now with our own local country versions already, and with over 7 million page views at this point in time from all over the world. We see that the market and our vision that the collector's car market is a very global market really works out as well. So we're very happy to be part of this great Concours project of yours.
Thank you very much. And for those that don't know, we work with Classic Trader in the UK, and it's a great platform. I think from a technical perspective and from a design perspective, it's one of the best by a long way, and it's also, as you say, international in nature, multi-language, and really works well for dealers and sellers of classic cars.
And we're really just starting, if I may add that, because we're still talking about basic functionalities on the side. We're just doing a relaunch, which we're gonna have online next year, and all we want to do really is to compensate for the intransparency in the market between buyers and sellers, between professional sellers and amateur buyers. So we're going to integrate more and more services within the digital product, starting from translation services, going over to payment services and appraisal services that make it really easy and comprehensible to look at vehicles all over the world just online and make a sound buying decision, being able to pay online then in the future as well.
I think that's so important. I mean, the ability to have transparency, the ability to have absolute confidence in what you're buying and what you're selling, and I think that's a very much a trait of Classic Trader and what you're trying to achieve in the marketplace.
Yes.
So let's talk about the special award, the best car to start a collection with, and I'll hand over to David, who can talk us through some of the options that you were looking at. 245 cars. There's a lot of cars to choose from to start a collection with. So over to you, David.
Hi, Christian. Yeah, we're very intrigued about how you went about this, because, you know, how do you start a collection? Were you going to start right at the top? Are you going to start down the bottom? Tell us a bit more about this.
Yeah, this was really a very tough decision to make for us, and obviously, I mean, looking at a event or looking at a virtual concours with, you know, over 240 vehicles that all basically would be perfect, you know, to add to a collection or to start a collection. It's really hard to you know, judge one or to choose one vehicle that's the one that it should be. So we try to look at all those vehicles, and not only look at the vehicle itself, at the history, at the provenance, but also we took a look at our own market, the marketplace. We tried to look at cars that are tradable, because we thought, well, people that, you know, start a collection might, you know, develop their collection, might want to change parts of their collection in the future as well. So tradability, if I may say so, would be something that we would value within that award as well. Plus, of course, value stability. I mean, we also increases in prices throughout the last years and drops in prices. And I think looking at you know, the start of a collection, you really want to pinpoint a vehicle that stays at least stable in value, and that's tradable. And on top of it, we took a look at the search data on our site, looked at the brands that are demanded globally and that are not demanded globally, in order to get that international aspect of it, to sell or buy a car globally. And we also did a little poll with our social media audience, with a short list of vehicles that are really all over the classes. There were, of course, there was a Lamborghini Countach with it, and there were a lot of other beautiful cars. We kind of took out the concept cars and the prototypes, because those cars for our award were really so special. And of course, everybody would love to have one, but well, there's not so many chances of getting those vehicles, so we kind of took him out of the equation in our end.
That makes sense. So you were very, very thorough with this, weren't you? This is real head over heart.
Well, I would have loved being even more thorough, because it's just so much fun, doing research on all those vehicles and learning, about provenance, about history, about everything that comes together with those vehicles. But yes, of course, I mean, you want to do this right, because this is a special award, and this is a special concours, and you want to make a good choice, and you want to make a choice of heart, of course, as well, which also kind of reflects your own opinion. So you want to make that good.
Yeah, that's fair. So go on, tell us what you chose.
Yeah, so we chose the Alfa Romeo 6C Grand Sport Zagato, which truly is one of the most exceptional cars in our opinion within the concours. I mean, the car itself speaks for itself. I mean, the history of the car, the provenance of the car. You don't find so many pre-war cars that have a good and transparent history. And I mean, this car not only has a transparent history in terms of ownership to ownership transactions, but I mean, it has a transparent history in terms of race victories and documented entries in races. So I mean, this is very, very special and very valuable for trading a vehicle, of course, as well, which is why this was one of the choices that we had in our shortlist as well. And adding then the fact that Alfa Romeo always has been one of the most demanded brands on our site, and the 6Cs are tradable vehicles. They're not off-market vehicles. They can be traded via websites, via print magazines, and so we thought this would suit well to our shortlist. And then looking at the details of this vehicle, and the vehicle being built for a female race driver, the first female race driver recorded in the Ferrari history. I mean, this all makes it so special and so unique, that this truly is the winner car for us. And it was not the number one user choice within our social media audience. Actually, the Monospecchio Ferrari Testarossa won that, but only by 200 votes and of 10,000 people that were joining our poll. So adding all the factors. Adding all the factors up, then didn't let the Monospecchio win, but the 6C Zagato.
What an amazing choice. And as you said, I mean, it was bought in 1933 or was it? It might have been 34. Apologies. For the daughter of a very wealthy family in Como, in northern Italy, and this was no toy. She went on to race it almost immediately. She won her class in Mille Miglia. She became, as Christian said, the first known female racing driver with Scuderia Ferrari. So incredible. And she carried on racing even after the war with the Ferrari TR500. But this car in particular, it's a really beautiful Zagato body on it. It's a testa fissa, which means fixed head. So they built just a handful of these engines without cylinder head gasket, which were blowing in all these endurance races. So it made it much more reliable. And it it's a spectacular car. It's owned by Mark Gessler, who used to be head of Historic Vehicle Association in the USA. So he was responsible for documenting a lot of cars in the States, the real kind of most historically cars in the USA. So he knows his stuff. So there's another level of provenance there. Sorry, Christian, go on.
We always thought that, you know, looking at vehicles to start a collection with would be, you know, it would be an important factor that those cars are drivable cars, that they are reliable, and that they're out on the street, that they're out on events, and that they are driven, because a lot of collections tend to be, you know, standing collections, and we think this hobby and this topic is all about driving, you know, and getting out there. So we wanted to you know, award a car that's drivable and reliable on the one hand, and that allows for any owner, any type of collector, an easy entry to events of whatsoever type. And I mean, with this provenance, with this history, I mean, this car is an easy entry, not only for Mille, of course, but for any other, you know, major events worldwide as well, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think David might have just frozen at that point, but Christian, thank you very much for the award. Thank you for the sponsorship and the support of the Concours as well. I think it's as David said, it's an excellent choice. Not necessarily the choice for a young first timer in the market.
Yeah, pretty sure.
But certainly as an experienced person looking to enter with some financial clout, I think it's an excellent choice for all of the reasons that you said. So thank you very much. I think David's back now. But
yeah, sorry. Typical Zoom.
Yeah, we have to thank you. Thank you for that opportunity of being part of all this, and we look forward to the Concours next year. Hopefully in real life, and not with a digital only preposition. So
great. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.